Foods that were invented by accident. First, French fries. The chef was receiving many complaints about the potatoes he made, and he, intending to be annoying, decided to cook the potatoes longer than usual. The problem was that when he did this in 1853, people really liked the result. Next, cheese. Over 4,000 years ago, during a long journey, an Arab merchant decided to store some milk in the stomach of a goat. But due to the heat and the enzymes present in that stomach, the milk ended up turning into cheese and began to become popular. Foods that were invented by accident. Part 3. In the 20th century, a 16-year-old boy was working at his father's restaurant, and one day he left a hamburger on the fire for too long, and it ended up burning. To try to disguise it, he put a piece of cheese on top, and thus the first cheeseburger was born. Next, chocolate cookie. A woman was making cookies for her son when she ran out of cocoa powder. She improvised and threw chocolate pieces into the dough, thinking they would melt, but in the end it went wrong, and they turned out perfect. Foods that were invented by accident. Part 4. In the 20th century, in Mexico, some customers arrived at the restaurant after the kitchen had already closed, but besides that, they practically had no more ingredients to cook, so the chef improvised with what he had, frying pieces of tortilla, and thus nachos were born. Next, in the United States, an animal feed factory used a machine to grind corn. To clean the machine, the employees would throw in a little water and began to notice that a clump came out, resembling a little foam. Instead of throwing it away, someone had the idea of baking them and seasoning with cheese, and that became Cheetos. The grossest things actors had to do for a role. In Harry Potter, during the banquet scene, the production had to fill over 150 plates with food. The problem was that there were so many plates that there wasn't enough time to replace them, which caused them to rot and smell terrible. In Titanic, the actress Kate wanted the film to be perfect, so she took her bathroom breaks inside the water tanks on the set itself. She did this because she didn't want to delay everyone by taking breaks. People who became heroes by accident. A mailman noticed that the letters from a house were piling up more than usual. Since he knew that it was the home of an elderly lady, he decided to go in to see if everything was okay. When he entered the house, he discovered that the elderly woman had been trapped in the bathroom for 3 days, and she was still locked up. In Russia, a man was walking down the street when he noticed that a cat was meowing and refusing to move from in front of a bush. When he approached to investigate, he found a baby abandoned inside. Fortunately, he called the police, who took care of the situation.